Good times. Let's keep going. We gotta get back to Yokohama now. Going the wrong way because I saw collectibles. Temporary alliance. Oh, jeez, he went to sprint.
Ah, just the two I've been waiting for. Excellent work, by the way.
Hey, got those burner phones ready?
Of course I do. Who do you think I am?
Jeff from accounting.
I still don't fully get what's going on. Yagami-san, what are we gonna do with these?
Okay, I'll break it down. First, we call Kawana on one phone. Let's say this one here. Then we use this other phone to call Reiko Kusamoto, using them that way. The phones won't be connected to each other, but their voices will be relayed so they can talk normally.
Alright.
Oh, okay. And then?
I think that works
If
that
public
way.
security finds out Reiko Kusamoto's talking to Kawana, they'll trace the call without actually finding him. And we can see exactly who they send without risk of being seen ourselves.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm getting it.
Surely you don't intend to do that here, do you? That would put a beacon on us.
I
for
thought I put it on
Kawana-san's
our
enemies.
roof.
Yeah, we'll do it somewhere remote. We need a place where nobody would raise an eyebrow at an army of public security boys. And it's gotta have a good vantage point.
There's a building under construction not far from here. It's late, so no one should be around that may get involved unintentionally.
Where is it?
It's right near Seirio High. There's a crane by the river, too. You'll know when you see it.
Okay, you two stay put. I should be able to handle this alone.
You sure about that?
Let me at least put out a drone, Yagamishi, even if it isn't much. I'll use it to capture the faces of Kawana-san's pursuers.
That'd be good.
This will go well. This is gonna go swimmingly. Yeah, I never really used much with the Marines in Halo, mainly because every time I got on them, I couldn't drive for shit, and then they would die, or I would, you know, roll the vehicle or do something. I wonder if the nurse is ready for me. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to check if it allows me to. Yeah, but I just meant, like, in general, when it came to them at all, having them around, even for low damage or no damage, I just get them killed because I drive off somewhere off the cliff, and you never see them again. Can't do anything yet, soon, because it's not a blue thing. But I can still check. Nurse, I'm hurt. I need love, and even, you know. Great, come back whenever you like. Okay. Yagami needs his fun. He needs his lady friends. Not really my type in real life, but Yagami needs somebody, even though he has others. Hey guys, hanging out by the water. Look, we can splash together. Splash and splash. Just carrying that in your pants? I bent your pipe. Yeah. Don't hit me. Hold on, what's this? Hey, look what I found. An ashtray. There you go.
What a waste.
Paper plate, thanks. What I've always wanted. Now I can eat a slice of pizza on the go and it won't get on me too much. I won't have to do dishes later. I don't know.
This must be the construction site Tsukumo was talking about.
No one will notice a thing.
This is Tsukumo. Yagami-shi, I've confirmed your position.
Yeah. I think I can spot whoever comes close from here.
Sure, I guess.
I'm gonna call Kawana on the burner now.
Understood. It's Kawana.
You ready? I'm about to call Reiko Kusamoto. Once you're connected, you take it from there.
It's been 5 years since I last spoke to her.
Yeah. Can't imagine this won't be awkward.
I know. Okay, do it.
With a little tape. Doesn't answer. That's who we're talking about. Telemarketer.
Yes, hello?
This is Kitakata from Kurakawa Academy.
What?
You'll have to forgive me for this, but the position I'm in required me to reach out to you. I would never have done this otherwise. I should also note, there's a high probability this phone call is being tapped.
I see. Very well, then.
It's been 13 years, Kusumoto-san.
So it has.
Yeah.
Kitakata-sensei.
I've read about your accomplishments. To think you'd become a vice minister.
You never really know how things are going to work out.
But that's not true at all, Kusumoto-san. You were always destined to move up in the world. I've got to be honest with you. A woman as virtuous and as capable as you deserves the world and then some.
But how is Mitsuru-kun?
I'm afraid he's still asleep. Nothing's changed.
I see. I wish I had the words.
What is it you wanted?
If you've been watching the news, you've probably already heard. I've become a prime suspect for a crime. They think I murdered Yokosawa in her apartment.
I've heard.
Obviously, it wasn't me who killed her, of course. Do you happen to remember Sawa-kun by any chance?
The girl from your class. She was the only one of those students who ever came to visit Mitsuru. But even then, that's been at least 10 years now. I got a letter from her once. She wanted to tell me she'd become a teacher. But I never did reply. And that was the last I'd heard from her.
I see.
So back to my question. What do you want?
I hope you weren't planning to ask me for a favor. I'm afraid the answer would be no.
No, it's not that. It's just... I wanted to let you know that at some point, someone may come to you to ask a few questions about me. I thought I should give you a heads up. I'll make every effort to ensure they won't cause any trouble for you, Kusumoto-san. I'm sorry about this. I'll try to handle it from my side.
So in your opinion, then, do you believe anything related to you could cause me any trouble?
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
We're almost to the signal. Kill the headlights.
2 cars inbound. Looks like we were right on the money. This proves Reiko Kusamoto's phone is compromised. And if there's one organization capable of tracing a call and moving on it, it's gotta be public security on the hunt for Kawana.
Public security is really coming straight to you by car?
No. There's no way they could mobilize their people that quickly. My guess, it's gotta be the prefectural police that they've got in their pocket. Or it's just RK.
I will say it's been great to hear your voice again. But this should be the last time you ever hear from me. I'll try my best.
I understand. Goodbye.
That call went smoother than I thought. I am gonna go ask her questions.
Hey, look. It's a drone. It has a phone attached to it. Shoot it. Shoot it down.
You sure?
Just take it down. Hurry it up. Hey, what the fuck are you aiming at?
I can't hit it. It's too small.
Everyone sucks at shooting.
Damn, dude. How the hell are we supposed to chase down a drone? And where the fuck is this Kuwana guy?
Who knows, man? They called us in to catch this shithead, but how the hell are we supposed to do that? It's fucked up. Do we look like spec ops?
Yeah, right. But at least you gotta shoot that thing.
This is my second time, actually. I took a few shots at some kids in a park. I aimed at the ground and sent those little shits running for their lives.
We're done here. Pack it in.
That's 6 punks and only 1 gun between you by my count.
Hi, it's
Who
me.
the fuck are you?
I'm a
It was
detective.
you guys in charge. I'm sure Kuwana would have had this whole thing solved a long time ago. Well, then again, I suppose I do have to give you credit for how fast you made it here.
That was my gun, asshole!
Who's the one giving the orders? You may as well just level with me. You guys are RK's bottom rung, right?
It sounds like you must know Kuwana. Well, I guess we're not gonna be leaving here empty-handed after all.
I mean,
Come
your
on.
hands might be empty.
We're taking this guy in, boys. Fuck him up.
Let's go. Really gotta have. I love the one-on-whatever amount fights. I just love getting myself into this. Hello. Yeah. There you go. You can rest on that. The cones! That guy's just on the ground. There we go. Boop. Push back. Try again. So about those empty-handed.
Who sent you here?
The order came from the head honchos in RK.
You mean Soma?
Not that high up. It was one of the bosses. There's a bunch of them.
What did they tell you to do once you found Kuwana?
They just said to catch him. Well, they also made it very clear not to kill him. Like we'd pull the trigger. We never even heard what our cut was.
Just another useless grunt. Tell me, gentlemen, how would you feel if you found out you were just pawns in public security's game?
We're playing what game now?
I've never heard of
I
it.
suggest you quit RK while you can. Go tell your buddies, get them out too. Otherwise, they'll keep you in the dark, use you and toss you aside. And then, you'll end up in a ditch there's no crawling out of.
Unless you like ditches.
Yes?
Pardon me. You would be Reiko Kusamoto, correct?
Sir, it's a little late for this. And how'd you get in here in the first place? I've expressly forbid having visitors.
Come now. I'm a coordinator with the National Police Bureau, but I'm sure you're familiar with my Division of Public Security. Bondo is my name, ma'am.
Are you now? Well, I'm afraid coordinator is rather vague.
I have a more public-facing title as well, of course. But I'm trying to be discreet here, so let's not get bogged down with minor details. It's in our best interests. I'm afraid that won't help. I've already seen to that.
Damn it, why would I use this phone?
What is this?
There's a question I need answered with some urgency, Kusamoto-san. It concerns the disappearance of a certain individual.
Huh.
About 5 years ago, a man vanished off the streets of Kamurocho. I'm sure you'll recognize him. A former classmate of Mitsuru-kun here, Shinya Kawai.
Never seen him before.
I believe there are things you might know. I can say that with some level of certainty, as a matter of fact.
I'm too busy beating up people. Last time on Lost Judgment.
A shadow looms over Yagami and Kuwana. Japan's National Intelligence Agency, Public Security, fixes its gaze on Reiko Kusamoto of the Ministry of Health. 5 years ago, Kuwana prompted her to take revenge on Shinya Kawai for pushing her son to the brink. Secrets can only lie dormant so long, and upon their waking, chaos ensues.
Getting too close to the end of this game. I don't want it. I'm turning it off. Chapter 11, Undercover. A few days later...
You've done it again, Tsukumo. Can't believe you found it.
I figured Mitsuru Kusamoto would be in one of the better hospitals around the health ministry. That narrowed it down to just a few locations. Then I pinpointed the exact one through sheer determination.
And that led you to Toto University Hospital. So Mitsuru is still lying in a coma there?
Yep. Reiko Kusamoto has been visiting her son every night for the past 13 years, even after she became vice minister. If you gentlemen want to meet her in person, that would be your best chance.
Oh, this is gonna go
Yagami, you seriously think you can convince Reiko Kusamoto to turn herself in?
Well, I'm gonna try at least.
She's at the top of the food chain. If it comes out that she committed murder, the whole country's gonna lose it.
If they hadn't tried to hide it, nobody else would have needed to pay for it. Like Sawa-sensei.
Yeah. You're right.
And if she confesses to killing Kawai, public security will run out of reasons to keep defending RK. So in theory, that should free up the police to pursue Soma about Sawa-sensei.
Totally agree with you there.
But Kawana-san's against that, right? Didn't he say he wouldn't let her turn herself in?
Yeah. That's why he's not in the loop on this.
So, you're just gonna show up? You do know she's probably surrounded by public security at all times, don't you?
Just means we gotta be prepared for that. Like the professional detectives we are.
Yeah.
Prepared? How?
Just leave it to us. Yagami-san, I gotta go get ready. Let's meet at Toto University Hospital.
Got it.
See ya.
Bye.
So what do you need from me in this, Yagami?
You got any old acquaintances in RK? Think you can find out where Soma and Akutsu are?
You forget who you're talking to? Why wouldn't I be able to cover that? I knew a few ex-Tojo guys who go in and out of RK on the regular.
Thanks. But watch your back. They find out you're spying on them, they won't like it.
I'll be ready. Like the professional ex-Yakuza I am.
Good one. Got my ass.
He's rough around the edges, but in the end, he comes through.
Yeah. Turns out he's got extra time on his hands.
Why don't you hire him at your office, Yagami-shi?
I'll talk about that with Kaito-san once he recovers. Anyway, sorry Tsukumo, but we have to take Sugiura from you again.
Why start apologizing now? It's all good. We'll talk again soon.
It's my detective agency. Why are you taking him away from me? How are the jobs looking? There's none here. How are the jobs? There's nothing. Dodge roll. Then a couple of the things I haven't found yet. Just in case, why not? I'm becoming big and strong. Hello? Is it right, that detective's office? Yeah, he took some pics of my manager while I was out with his mistress, and this guy blackmailed him over it. He threatened to post it on social media, that'll put your career in a gutter real quick. Blackmailed me? I've never done that.
Excuse me.
Hey, do you have some business with my agency? Wait, T, black leather jacket, tight jeans? He even has a crispy dew in the chain wallet. This is... We're sorry. What the hell was that about? Hey, that jacket. Yeah, it's that Yagami guy from Chatter, dresses like a thug, just like his bio says. What's going on? Sounds like some bad rumors about me are getting around. What's going on since I've been out of town? Mention Chatter. Time for some... What's happening now? Who's tarnishing my reputation again? I can't use this. Cops ask us about Yagami stuff if we saw him. I don't know where it's coming. Maybe I should narrow down my search. Well, let's see. They threatened my friend all of the sudden. I have no idea about any of this, but I can't figure out where the rumors originate. What about other keywords? Fraud. This frustrated to do a job 5 times, still no results. Screwed my buddy over. Never heard from the fraud again. Plus, has done this much damage already. Looks like the majority of it's from the past few days. Seriously, what happened? I can't figure out the rumors originate. Other keywords. Oh, Yagami scared the hell out of me. Some witness over there did me good. These posts were from yesterday. They seem focused around the Champion District. The police? I hope that's just a rumor. Not sure if they'll find any leads, but I should scope out the district. God damn it. I leave for a little bit, and now this is what happens? What has DK done to my reputation? It's me, pardon me. What's me was saying? Yagami, get out of here. Get out here or whatever. Oh, Jesus. God. God, what the hell is... I'm scared. Don't you worry. Grandpa's gonna beat Yagami to a pulp. Wham, but Yagami's scary. Don't cry. Grandpa's promises Yagami's ass is grass. And my old man's after me? What the hell's going on in this town? I'm getting a real bad feeling about this. Tells me I'm done for if I don't handle this just right. People have been bad-mouthing me all over town. This probably has something to do with it. I should see what the deal is. Probably should have, wear a disguise.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Is that Yagami? Oh, so you're Yagami, the no-good scumbag who robbed my adorable grandchild. No, this is all a big 500 yen yesterday. Today you hit him up for 40 or 50,000. How could you be so low? Grandpa's been itching to beat up whoever shook his kid down. Better nip this in the bud. Now hold on, it's true I'm Yagami, but I've never shaken anyone down. Third, don't waste your breath. I'm kicking your ass from here to Sunday. But that's yesterday. Grandpa, wait, why Yagami? Oh, damn it. I better get going. 2 arms. What the fuck? What's wrong with his face?
Huh?
What the same old man? Are they twins or something? Where's this Yagami? I'll slice him to bits. Where he gets a taste of an eighth Dan blade or whatever. Oh, that's worse. Yagami, show yourself. How could you do this to my grandchild? I'll carve you up right.
Are you serious?
Come on, now a bronze. Wait, holy shit, are there triplets? Seriously? This is getting bad. They've got me pinned in. No way I can distract these worked up grandpas? What the fuck's happening? Okay, this getup ought to trick the old timers. Yagami, where are y'all? Have your head. Oh, I guess grandpas go berserk mode for their grandkids or something. Believe it. Got out of that somehow. Still, though, what the hell? There's nothing but useless rumors. Guess I'll start hitting up my old hunts for any leads. First stop, Tender. There's like old men multiplying everywhere. Uh-oh, police. Yes, the number of reports we've taken have gotten a lot worse the past few days. We need to speak to him in person. Even so, I don't know where he is. That's so. Well, if you see him, will you reach out to us? Sure, you'll be my first call. As the rumors about the police being after me were true after all. This is a bad day. See what he has to say. Doc, are you okay? The cops were just here. Something about you being a crook detective. I don't know where this nonsense came from either. When I got back to Kairosha, my rep was already tanked by somebody. You know anything about this? Even just a rumor? I've been hearing about this detective with your name's been blackmailing cheaters with wiretaps and pictures. Here he's even shaking down kids, making hostesses miserable at the bars. I had no idea about any of this. That can only be an imposter is on the loose. Imposter of me, but can somebody get out of pretending to be some regular detective? No clue, but he sure wants people to know he's you. Whenever he finishes raising hell for someone, he throws a bunch of your cards around like this one. Card looks like the real thing. If he's throwing them around like confetti, my guess is he has a ton of them. Yeah, where could an imposter get so many of your business cards? Either he made his own copies or he stole them out of the office. From your office, you lock up when you leave, right? I think I can remember the last time I locked up. Don't you ever get sick of unlocking and locking doors all the time? Oh. You talk about careless. Did you forget this is Karocho? I'll be careful from now on. Anyway, if the imposter did sneak into my office, he might have left some sort of trace. I head back to the office. Well, all right, watch your back out there. Who the fuck wants to lock and unlock a door? What in the place is... What? Was someone partying here while I was gone?
Seriously?
Guess the phony Yagami made himself at home. The fuck was he eating? Also stupid. There's got to be some evidence of who I'm dealing with here. Somewhere in this mess.
Suspicious.
Hell, hot pot right on the desk. That's gonna leave a mark. Actually, the pot's pretty big, full of chili shrimp. Looks like, did my phony actually host people here? It was barely even touched. Maybe something came up in the middle of dinner. Like another client to handle. Still warm. That means they were just here. Place weeks of booze. They must have been really living it up
No
here.
way.
It's almost like a tank rolled through here, not a party.
Suspicious.
Potato chip bag. Come on, put your trash where it belongs.
No way.
What the fuck, man? Better not touch my shit on the fucking things. Best clue is the pot of chili shrimp. It's still warm, so I doubt my imposter's been gone long. I also barely touched it for some reason, which could be that he saw me coming. That explains why he left this food here. That would mean he hasn't gone far either. Ah, man, this stuff almost reeks. I doubt anyone could be here this long without smelling like garlic and chilies. Wait, could I track him by scent? Only I had some way to miraculously pull Amasawa's dog all the way to Kamurocho.
This way, huh?
Who's a good boy?
Hey, I'm sorry I had to get your dog all the way out here. Oh, you tell me you know where our each chef went? Man, considering the amount of garlic he must have used. We track the smell of this food. We might have hunting down our guy. All right, it's time to shine, buddy. God, as long as I don't run into like 3 old men with weapons. Must have been DK. He was using that chili sauce.
Doing great.
All it's missing is a ham sandwich.
Got something?
No, I don't know. I should make your hands out like this. I caught a fish this big. Over on the avenue,
way,
looks like a movie star. Ooh. Like fish or shrimp. Oh my god. Hand over your cash. Please note, you want me sharing these pictures of you cheating with the world? Huh, Mr. Big Shot Company Manager? No, anything but that. I have a wife. I have a child. Should have thought that before you cheated. That's on you. Just think of it as a 500,000 yen learning fee. I can't afford that. Better listen real good, pal.
I'm Takayuki Yagami.
Takayuki Yagami. That's the fake Kinu shit all over again.
Hey!
Hey! What? You're... Huh? Oh, wait. Of all the people, you're Yagami? Yeah, you got it.
I'm Takayuki Yagami.
Really? This jackass is the one impersonating me?
Hey.
Look, I'm not stupid. You're... talking about from the Neo gang, aren't you? What? How did you know? I really want to know is how people mistook you for me. What exactly is going on? I'm the real Yagami. This guy's some phony.
Nope.
I assure you that's not Takayuki Yagami. I'm more in shape than that. I just got this glandular thing. Yeah, it hit me out of the blue.
Hey.
What? If you're gonna impersonate me, at least try to hit the right weight class for it. I didn't see that happening anytime. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Well, let's get real. The jig's up, man. Right, so you were in on this too. What are you trying to pull here? Fucked up. You fucked shit up for us bad, Yagami. Not just once, twice.
You piece of shit.
We finally get back on track with the gang, and then you had to go and ruin it. And even our main man Koga's gone down too. Yeah, right. I forgot he jumped into the water swimming and going crazy. But I see. It's just some petty revenge. That's why you dragged my name through the mud, trying to ruin my business. Even got some pissed off the guys that come from my head. Do some real pieces of work. It's your fault I'm starving again, so you're gonna be my meal ticket from here on. Well, the two of us combined, I'm sure we can whoop his ass. Yeah. Fine, bring it. I'll make sure I take care of you for good this time. Oh god, he's eating chips. He's becoming stronger. when you said two of you could take me, it's not really working out for you. Dude, glad that's over with. So Tuck looks like it was a clear name after all. Yeah, beating that guy cleared my name with everyone. It was one hell of a mess. At least you got a taste of what it's like to be a local celebrity, didn't you? Guess so. More than a taste, actually. I think I had my fill. Working from the shadows as a discreet detective suits me just fine. Like you and I are both happiest with some peace and quiet. Well, here's to that lasting.
Yeah.
Right, here's to peace and quiet. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Somebody had to try to beat me, and it's of course the hungry fat guy. You think you are, try to beat me. Go to the hospital, but you know first I gotta go to the high school. I just gotta make sure there's nothing going on in town here that needs me. Oh, okay, yeah, because the nurse isn't available until afternoon nights. I want to make sure nothing's going on in the city, and then I can take the cab to the place. Then the one blue thing that I can do up there for the VR thing, there's not much else going on, so I think we're good.
Hell yeah!
To the hospital, take me. Sometimes I get hit in the face, I could use it. And now it's night. This is not going to be a conversation that goes well. Oh my God. You can trust me. Believe in the light in your heart.
What are you? Don't worry. I'll give it back to you after this. I'm sure it's bugged, and we wouldn't want anyone listening in now, would we?
We'll take a few laps around the block and then drop you back off at the hospital. Sorry, but we just need a bit of your time.
Very well. Who are you people?
We're just local detectives, but Kitakata-sensei is an acquaintance of ours. We know about Mitsuru-kun, and we know that 5 years ago, a man named Shinya Kawai mysteriously disappeared and died.
I have no idea what you're saying.
But you do. I know how this must come across right now, so I assure you, we aren't the ones posing a threat.
Fine. What is it you want, then?
All I want is the truth, in your own words, about Shinya Kawai, and how you carried out his murder.
You're mistaken. I didn't do it.
And I need the truth.
The other day you received a call from Kitakata-sensei, didn't you? He goes by the name Koana now, and works as a handyman in Ijincho. He made that call because we needed to confirm something.
Confirm what?
Whether or not you were being watched by public security.
Public security, you say?
You surprised at all, or maybe she already had a hunch?
As it turns out, you are. Your cell phone is bugged. It can even use GPS to trace who's on the other end of the line. That kind of trace is only possible with cooperation from the cellular providers. Unless you're public security, who could pull something like that off in secret. They want to hit you where you're vulnerable. And that's what you are now after Kawana. Do you understand, Kusamoto-san? You must really be something special. You were never in this job for yourself. It fell into your lap as your predecessors fell like dominoes. That's why you don't owe anyone anything. You're free of constraints. And Mitsuru-kun's tragedy even gained you public sympathy on top of it. Combine all that with a capable bureaucrat like you, there's no telling what you could accomplish. You're cleaning up house, tackling the revolving door problems. Things you know are the right moves, but with no regard for the consequences. I understand even the cabinet gauges your opinion, since you have so much public support. But I think that's also made you some enemies. Most likely whoever's holding public security's leash.
I have more than a few enemies. I'm well aware of that. And I have no doubt public security would comply with them. To be quite frank, public security only exists to maintain the status quo. The establishment is made up of various powers which control politics and finance. But naturally, each branch has its own agendas, goals, ideas.
The Patriots.
Which leads to all
wrong
sorts
thing.
of issues and hindrances, which you call constraints. The more individuals who make up society, the more unavoidable that is.
Are you implying it's public security's job to loosen those constraints?
There's more to it than that. The world we live in requires all kinds of value systems to coexist, even in chaos. But if you loosen the constraints too far, the fall of the state is inevitable. In that regard, public security's role is to stabilize and maintain the state, even while bound by constraints. In other words, the constraints of these powers are precisely what are protected by public security. So the fact that I am not caught up in all that does, indeed, make me something of a pesky foreign object.
A pesky foreign object. I see. So to these establishment people, you're something to be excised.
I guess there's bullying among adults in high places too.
Yeah. Now we know why they were looking for any kind of weakness in you.
Ew.
And that's when they turned the spotlight on Shinya Kawai's disappearance. An event that was triggered by Akihiro Ihara's case. You know the one, I presume.
Yes.
An active duty policeman exacted revenge on the bully who drove his son to suicide. Your enemies must have heard that and thought to themselves, what would Reiko Kusamoto have done to her son's bully? I'm guessing that's what prompted public security to make their move. As the details of Ihara's case came to light, a group of thugs calling themselves RK started looking for Shinya Kawai, all to find out that he was kidnapped 5 years ago, probably killed.
I never did anything out of revenge.
Really, she isn't going to divulge any secrets, having just met me, and I don't have enough evidence to make her talk.
Even after finding out Kawai disappeared, public security still had to verify it. But if they found out you were involved, that'd be a win for them. They'd finally know Reiko Kusamoto's weakness.
How long are you going to keep talking?
As public security figured out, the bullying cases involving Toshiro Ihara and your son share a common link. That link being Sawa-sensei. She was Mitsuru-kun's classmate and Toshiro Ihara's teacher. Not only that, she was also linked to Ihara's murder victim, Mikoshiba. She was his master teacher. So, not long after the murder, RK came to Ijincho and broke into her home. That must have been when they got Kawana's name out of her. I think Sawa-sensei suspected that Kawana was involved in Mikoshiba's murder. Then Soma steps in, with his professional interrogation skills, to beat and scare her into spilling everything. Kusamoto-san, you knew she was killed, right? Kawana should have told you over the phone.
Wait, are you not one of his colleagues? He said he wouldn't cause me any trouble, and that he would never call me again.
Kawana and I are competitors on a temporary ceasefire. We're not colleagues.
Been flustered since I mentioned Sawa Sensei's name. This is my chance to ask her questions I can't ask anyone else.
Has anybody from public security contacted you? Have you been approached by any strangers?
I have my suspicions.
What are their names? I imagine what they wanted was to exploit your weakness to control you. Because if all they wanted was to eliminate you, some kind of accident would be easily arranged.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
Do you have any idea what these people are after? And do you mind sharing?
What they want is control of the pension fund, which is under the Health Ministry's jurisdiction.
Pension fund?
An independent agency within the ministry manages the National Pension Fund. It's taxpayer funded, and it's worth 160 trillion yen.
What?
And certain groups want to take bigger risks with that money in order to generate more profit. In other words, they want the health ministry to use taxpayer money to gamble. They believe that's the only way to rebuild Japan's faltering economy and secure the future of this country.
I mean, would it work?
Of course. If the gamble actually pays off. But if we lost the gamble, then we wouldn't be able to guarantee anything for the citizens of this country in their golden years. That's why the health ministry manages those funds conservatively, even if it means the returns are lower.
Okay. I'm starting to understand now.
You do? Don't leave me in the dust, Yagami-san.
To be able to gamble all this taxpayer money to save the economy, they need a change of management. And here's Kusamoto-san, head of the office, and she's beyond the control of even the ministers. Her position has the power to take action, to override the way the pension fund is managed. But not only does Kusamoto-san have the power, she has the support of the people. If a new vice minister were to try it, they'd be stopped cold by the constraints.
So that's why they wanted to find her weakness and exploit it?
Exactly. And if the 160 trillion yen gamble were to fail, you could blame the whole thing on Kusamoto-san anyway.
Okay. But wow, 160 trillion.
I'm guessing they've already contacted you about it?
That's an assumption.
Been flustered since I mentioned the name. I should ask questions.
I have to ask you about Shinya Kawai. You killed him 5 years ago. With your own hands, didn't you? I understand what your feelings must be towards Kawai, but was that really the only answer?
If you've spoken to Kitakata-sensei, then you must know about the video of how Mitsuru was treated.
I do.
Aside from Kawai, the other students pretended like nothing happened. They took no responsibility. They put on their sad faces, and they came to visit Mitsuru at the hospital. But looking back on it now, I don't think they really wanted Mitsuru to wake up. In fact, that's what they were checking on. And what did I do? I bowed my head and thanked them. It was only later that Kitakata-sensei showed me the video. That's when I knew that those kids going unpunished was wrong.
And your solution was to pull them into the quagmire? Make them accomplices in murdering Kawai?
If you already know so much, what more do you need to ask?
Well, why was there a fat Yagami? It's like, I don't know anything about that.
How's your son doing now?
He could wake up any minute now. Of course, that's been true for the last 13 years.
I see.
We transferred him to Toto University Hospital just this year, hoping they could spur his recovery. But it turns out they don't do anything much different from the previous hospital. All I can do is wait.
Nothing else to ask.
I get it now. Let me reiterate. We are not your enemy.
Then please, Let me go.
Anything you want me to tell Kawana?
I do. He needs to run. Far away. Public security has their sights on him. His capture is not a question of if, but when. He's in danger if he remains in the country.
I'm beating the shit out of him
Once
and keeping him here.
public security has him, they will extract everything he knows.
You mean he'd be tortured?
Yes. Somewhere well beyond the public eye. No one can withstand what they do. He'd tell them everything. And as for me,
They would expose your vulnerability, making you their pawn.
most likely, they'd gamble away the taxpayers' money, and I'd never purge the corruption in the health ministry.
I get that. But what does it matter?
What?
What? We're going into
Because in my
cinematic mode.
opinion, you need to turn yourself in, Kusumoto-san.
You want me to admit to manslaughter? You think I killed a real man? I say he was less than one. Shinya Kawai. He was little more than a subhuman brute. And you saw it. You saw what that brute did to my son. I hated Kitakata-sensei. He was an incompetent teacher. An idiot who turned a blind eye to Mitsuru being tortured. But that changed when he suddenly showed up 8 years later. And then he showed me that video. He said, every bully in that video, they deserved to be punished. That it was the only way to get closure.
You took him up on it? But you of all people should have known better.
True. You're right about that. I struggled with it quite a bit. It's an unconscionable act, no matter how deep your animosity runs. But Kitakata-sensei's words hung on. I couldn't get them out of my head. I saw for myself. I went to Kamurocho, where I'd heard Kawai was working, at a girls' bar. So you know, after Mitsuru jumped that day, Kawai came to me in tears to apologize. I hadn't seen him in all that time. If he'd frozen in place when he saw me, if he'd been the slightest bit apologetic, I might have been able to stay my hand.
I take it he didn't do any of that.
Right. He didn't even recognize my face. And that's hardly the worst part of it, actually. When he saw me, he took me for some bawdy cougar on the prowl for young men. If you've got the cash, I'll show you a good time, he said.
Ugh.
All those tears he'd shed years earlier were a farce. But I knew that. Deep down, I'd already known that. That was it. That was the moment I lost all doubt about killing him. And as for those other kids who bullied Mitsuru, they should thank me they didn't share his fate. But that's why. That's why I don't feel like I have any sins to atone for. Every night I pray he will wake up. What more can you ask me to endure?
Kawana said something similar. But you think you can repeat all that? This time say it to her.
Isn't that Sawa-san?
You and Kawana can congratulate yourselves. You got vengeance on a monster. But what you're choosing not to see is that your actions had consequences for her. It's vicious. I've seen this before. Justice for one at the cost of another. Someone innocent always pays the price. I won't just sit here and watch as history tries to repeat itself. This phone isn't being traced by anyone. So, if you have a change of heart, just give me a call before you turn yourself in. That's all I had to say. We're back.
Thank you, regular taxi driver, for taking me back to the hospital.
Right here okay, Yagami-san?
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to Kawana. Need to tell him I met with Reiko Kusamoto.
He's gonna be pissed, you know? He's gonna try to rip you a new one.
That's true. So you might want to sit this one out.
You sure? 'Cause I'll totally take you up on that.
Kaito-san's been sidelined so long. Poor man's been stabbed. We haven't even visited him. Come on. There we go. Hey, I made it. You're gonna be pissed.
Well, look who we have here. Haven't seen your mug in a while.
Right, it has been a few days.
It's only been 2 or 3 days. Where's Kawana?
How should I put this? Would you freak out if he was right behind you?
You know, this kind of shit is why you get on my nerves.
Couldn't we have done this by phone?
I just came from seeing Reiko Kusamoto. I told her to turn herself in for murdering Kawai 5 years ago.
You what?
What did she have to say about that?
That she had no sins to atone for.
Of course not. Look, what do you think you're doing? Her part in this is done. Don't drag her back into it.
This isn't yours to finish. You would just let Sawa-sensei stay collateral damage. How do you think her folks feel? They probably think you killed their daughter, and they don't know why, or if justice will be served. Do they have to suffer like that? All without even knowing the truth? Would Sawa-sensei want that? You talk about justice, but she keeps getting left out. You aren't even trying when it comes to her.
Say whatever you want, but if you cause Kusamoto-san any more pain, I will never forgive you.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you I was going to meet her.
Listen, Yagami. She hides it well, but she's never gotten over the fact Mitsuru tried to jump to his death. And she's not sure how to feel about killing Kawai. Unlike me.
If she was anything like you, I would have pushed her harder to confess.
There's no evidence that she killed Kawai. He simply vanished from Kamurocho, and the police didn't even know about it. Besides, there's no case without a corpse. Point being, she'll never be charged.
Right, Kawana has his body hidden somewhere. I remember saying, you remind me of saying
Even
something
if
about
she
that.
did turn herself in, the police wouldn't know what to do with her.
Don't think for a second that you're getting a pass here. You've killed, what, 7 people now? Do you even hesitate anymore?
You got proof? Running around making baseless accusations. You sure you were a real fucking lawyer?
My colleagues in Kamurocho are getting ready to appeal Ahara's case. Your actions are going to be put under a microscope.
I wouldn't even call that bad news. I want the world to know their bullies are getting what they're due.
My toes are
and
cold.
By then, I'll probably be going by a different name, maybe even a different look.
You're just going to keep doing this? Did Sawa-sensei sacrifice mean nothing to you?
Is that the only thing keeping you around? Truth be told, I don't think exposing everything is even in Sawa's best interest.
What?
Sawa-kun herself felt guilty. I just sent you the proof.
What is this? An audio file?
After Ahara-san lost in court, she called me. I recorded our conversation.
Toshiro-kun came running to the roof. His face was pretty swollen. And a few minutes later, a student named Mikoshiba came up looking for him. I'll never forget the fear I saw in Toshiro-kun's face. He told me about everything. The teasing, the beatings, the theft. How nobody was on his side. And yet, I had to deny all this in front of an entire courtroom. They said there was no hope, that I was the only witness with no proof whatsoever. Believe me, I never wanted to do that.
Sawa-kun's testimony in court was false, and she was racked with guilt over it.
And your first thought was to record it? When she was at her most vulnerable?
Yes. And then I played it for Ihara-san. He had the right to know the real reason his son killed himself.
All you did was light the fires of vengeance in Ihara's heart because you didn't want to be alone.
You know, I've heard that bullying is almost instinctive. That's why people who do it never stop.
Jesus.
I mean, think about it. Would you stop cleaning a toilet just because it'll get filthy again? Somebody's always got to get his hands dirty.
And that somebody's gonna be you?
If it means I can prevent another Mitsuru Kusamoto, yes, I will keep killing. These bastards who prey on the defenseless must be punished for all to see. I wish the law would do its job. Because deep down, I don't want to do any of this.
I understand what you're saying, but you're taking it too far. Just stop, Kawana.
If you really want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me. And call it justice.
I thought you guys were gonna start another fight. It was a bitch cleaning up the mess last time.
Yeah.
Next time I go up against him, it won't be just a few scratches.
Well, when that time comes, take it anywhere but here.
Oh, but this is such a nice place to fight. I think I'll call it a day and go back to 99 and rest up. Jesus Christ. Everything is so violent. Hey, pachinko ball. It's my lucky day. Everything's coming up. Everything's gonna eventually come to a head. It's gonna be a mess. Watch out, there's a Tomf on the ground. Actually, Ray, it's nighttime. Maybe we'll go see if the nurse has anything for me. You missed. Ah! Yacht. Kick. Oh my god, right in the wall. Ugh.
What a waste.
Going to the high school. Make sure the nurse don't got anything for me. No, don't look like it, but I'm gonna check anyway just to be safe. Hey, I'm getting close on my murder case. I'm figuring a lot of things out. Anyway, bye. God, why am I hanging out with him again? Ah! I love ragdolling to the cars. There. Ever. Huh. I made it back. It's been a shit show.